Broncos country, it is on. Let's get it. Denver Broncos, Vegas Raiders, a Thursday night football matchup. The Denver Broncos take a commanding lead on the AFC West with a win tonight on a short week. We're watching it all together right here. Turn down the Amazon Prime, turn up Sports Talk Denver, because this is going to be an absolute blast. Denver Broncos should take care of business here. A team that was sellers at the deadline in the Vegas Raiders who have zero shot at making the playoffs. Yet in a rivalry week like this, you throw records out, and cannot wait to do it all with you. So let's do some roll call here. Who's in the building? Who is here? I'm seeing, I'm already hearing a mollywopping is in order from my main man, Andrew. I saw we got our mod father, Jason Lane, in the house. This is going to be a blast. So let me know who's here. Where are you watching from? I am a diehard Denver Broncos fan named Ben. If you have not watched before, this is Sports Talk Denver. This is a place where diehards hang out, and we've loved this team when we're good and bad. And right now we are stinking good. I grew up in Denver, actually Westminster, but Westminster Thornton area. And now I'm living in Michigan. So let me know, where are y'all watching from? My family and I moved to Michigan during COVID, and started this channel because I miss talking Broncos with my peeps at work every day, and this makes me feel less far from home. So let me know who's here, where are you watching from. Let's get it, and then we'll get into score predictions. How soon till we can just say this thing's over? Are we gonna know it's over by half? I hope so. I really hope so. So where are you watching from? Oh wow, we got Houston, Texas. You must have been public enemy number one this week, watching in Texas. After what we just did to the state of Texas, just mollywopping the Dallas Cowboys, stomping on the hearts of the Houston Texans. And back to the kits I'm watching in Ben's closets. That honestly creeps me out. Back to the kicks. If you're a Broncos fan, yeah, come on over. You can always watch in the closet. Watching in Denver, love it. Toronto, of course. Grand Junction, Brooklyn in the house. Love it. Colorado Springs, Oklahoma, Los Angeles, Brooklyn, El Paso. Wow, a lot of folks in Brooklyn. No sleep till Brooklyn, I guess. Illinois cornfields. I dig it. Another New Yorker, Castle Rock, Colorado. Central Oregon. There we go. Central Oregon. Easiest sub of your life. Love it, man. So we should, so game's kicking off here in 6 minutes here, and we'll thankfully, since it's Amazon Prime, there won't be a massive delay from what I see, what all you see. Hopefully we'll not be that far behind after big plays happen, and being able to screen share it on here with all y'all as well. And I got a couple special guests coming. I told my son he could stay up at least through the first commercial break, so he'll be in a second. Our good luck charm, trying to get my wife to come make an appearance as well. Oh, watching from Mexico. Que pasa? You know who else likes Mexico? J.K. Dobbins. He said Bonix es especial and spoke Spanish. It was awesome. Watching this primetime game, this is going to be a deep cut, but we got some time till this starts. The last time the Denver Broncos won a home playoff game or a home division game like we are about to play right now was the infamous start of Sergio Dip. So it was a ESPN game. It was when they did those double headers. Vance Joseph was the coach. So we got the B crew from the ESPN, all the best ESPN analysts and color commentators did the first game. Then we got the B crew, and Sergio Dip was the sideline reporter, and they threw it down to him on the field. And we're like, Sergio, what's the vibe down there? And that was his famous, he played for Colorado, and now he's coaching in Colorado, and here he is having the time of his life. And that's how long it has been since the Broncos have won a home, or just won a division primetime game like we have right now. El Paso, Brooklyn, Utah, Southern California, Alabama. Absolutely loving this. Yorkshire, England. Top of the morning to you there, I believe. Upstate New York. Of course, we got Sharon in the house from Rapid City, South Dakota. And as we've discovered, streaming all these games together, Sharon is a former 911 operator. So when you would call 911, she would answer. So if there are any medical emergencies, I'm hoping tonight, y'all, that we are not going to be sweating it and needing to check our heart rate like we have this year. I think the Broncos are going to absolutely dominate. So give me your score predictions here and tell me what do you think? How do you think this thing ends up playing out for us tonight? So a couple, and as you're throwing your score predictions in there, the Broncos did release their actives and inactives. So obviously the biggest one tonight is having no Patrick Surtain. The other bummer is because of like such a short week, Marvin Mims will not be back from that concussion either. And as we talked about, just as we played the Texans last week, Marvin Mims isn't just like a difference maker as a wide receiver. He's also an all-pro punt returner and kick returner. So Bandy has been activated and is going to be returning punts again. So he cannot drop the ball. Jaleel, another healthy scratch. Interesting to me. Nate Adkins, we're hoping is back. He didn't go on IR, so we're hoping he is back by that Commanders game. And then Q Robinson, who's been a standout on special teams. So that's kind of interesting. He's not active. And then Jordan Jackson, Savion Jones are big inactives for tonight. I think what this is going to come down to, guys, is that the Broncos have one of the best defenses in football, and they bend, but they don't break. They might give up a lot of yardage, but once you get into the red zone, it is a shutdown zone for the Broncos. And the Las Vegas Raiders don't have a good red zone offense. So this is a perfect scenario where even if we see them march the ball down the field on an opening drive, we do not need to panic because we know in the red zone, they're going to have very little options here. And then on the other side of the ball, you got to shut down and have options and have a plan for Max Crosby because he is a nasty, nasty man, one of the better edge rushers in football. And I think the Broncos will have a good game plan for that. So that's kind of how that breaks down, actives and inactives. So pumped about that. Let's see here. We got some score predictions. 50-0. Oh, my goodness. I would absolutely love that. I mean, if the Broncos go in next week to the Chiefs coming to town, sitting at 8-2, being able to basically end the Chiefs season, the Chiefs would have a very uphill battle to climb there to make the playoffs if the Broncos beat them next week. So if they go in with all the confidence in the world of like, hey, we've just won 8 straight games, and I guess that would be the 8th straight. We're going for 7 straight tonight. 21-10 Broncos. I think Sean Payton is going to run the ball a lot, and I think he wants to make this a quick game, like have as little snaps as possible for guys so that we are rested and ready to go. Next week, obviously, huge game against the Chiefs. 21-18 Denver. I would love to beat them by more than that, but 21 sounds like if the Broncos score 21, I think they beat these guys. 31-9. Yeah. 21-7. Either way, guys, Broncos tonight are about to absolutely dominate. But there have been some very, very, very strange things to happen in Thursday night games this year. I think the Dolphins played the Buffalo Bills. The Dolphins are a much worse team than the Bills, and they kept it close all the way till the end. And then the 49ers early on in the season went into LA and played the Rams extremely tough and actually beat the Rams with a backup quarterback, without their best defensive players, without Ricky Pearsall. So I think division games, you really throw the record out, and short week division games like this, I think you do as well. Nick Bonito is going to mess up Gino. Absolutely. And you don't have to, back to the kicks, you don't have to like write it in the chat because I can hear you in the closet. So you just say it and I'll be like, oh, back to the kicks thinks that. He's not really in my closet, but that would be cool. All right. Good luck is here. What's up, big dog? J-Man in the house. What's your score prediction?
So we're playing the Raiders.
Yep.
I think it's going to be like a close game where we end up winning. So probably I'd say like 39-28.
39-28. Let's get it. So he was telling me today that all the kids at school, because he wore his Bo Nix jersey to school, which is a lot in Michigan. They don't see a lot of those, but everyone was telling him that they like Bo Nix, which is cool that people here know him, and that the Raiders suck. So I think that is absolutely great. So another interesting storyline. We obviously don't want to get too far ahead for next week, but Andy Reid off of a bye has the biggest winning percentage in NFL history. And yeah, especially when you look at if the team he's playing is also not off of a bye. I don't know, like, do you classify, we'll have 10 days of resting now. Do you kind of classify this as the Broncos getting a bye after this or not? But that would be monumental for the Broncos to pull off that win next week, knowing that the Raiders have had, 2 weeks coming off of that, just butt whooping to the Bills on primetime on Sunday night. So other question I had is, like, growing up for me, the Raiders were my least favorite team in all of professional sports. And I remember as a really little kid when my dad would have the games on, actually being scared of some of their players and scared of like what that logo looked like. So I hated them. But then once Patrick Mahomes came into the league, my hatred has just completely shifted. And I found myself, on that Christmas last year when they were playing Raiders Chiefs, I was actually cheering for the Raiders. So they're not like my most hated team in the league anymore, just because they've been so bad. So do you all still have hatred for the Raiders like we did when Shanahan was here? Because yeah, that was a different era. So who is your man? So I'm seeing a lot of people are saying that the Raiders are their least favorite team still. Yes, Raiders are scary. Ooh, nice. Turtle got a new Bo Nix jersey. The next one on my list is getting the throwbacks that they're wearing now in Bo Nix. That'd be sick. All right, Broncos kicking off, and this thing is starting, and I can't wait. Let's booms it. Dylan Lowby needs it in end zone. What's up, Payton? Raider hater, true one. Sharon. Man, it looks that atmosphere, guys. Shout out to the richest ownership group in sports who just do our throwbacks to the tens, man. The field looks sick. The environment looks sick. The fog, yeah. So they're saying it's a pretty windy night in Denver. So does that mean we run the ball even more? Definitely need answers for Brock Bowers. Will be interesting to see how we line up against him. Gino starts under center. Hands it to Jeanty. Sit down, boy. And Talanoa Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw, the biggest free agent additions. Like, man, what would we like? And I still remember the national media being like, you got a bunch of cooked guys, and they have been nightmares, absolute nightmares. So Hufanga, Greenlaw, meet him in the backfield. Modest gain at most. And also all the people like saying RJ Harvey isn't good and Ashton Jeanty's a once in a generation talent. We're about to see about that right here. And throw so you Tyquan Thornton, I believe is his name. Healthy scratch last week, but when you move Jacoby Jones or Jacoby Myers rather, he's kind of moved in there. So nice little gain there, but now here comes the third down. Hey, see, look at this. Amazon Prime is the best because we're kind of all watching this at the same time. 3rd and 6 here. All right, Benito, dog walking back. Let's go.
Wait, we're ahead of them?
Well, because usually people watch it over TV in Denver and it's faster. And Gino makes a first down throw to Tyler Lockett, the newest addition, the former Seattle Seahawk, who Pete Carroll loved in Seattle and brought here. Oh, yeah. So watching the game in Prime Vision is really cool. So if you guys are watching on Amazon Prime, and if you push like the up button on your remote, it like shows you more of an analytic view. But I always worry that it'll like put me behind the action. So when I watch any other Thursday night football game, that is what I watch. Try another handoff and the pile's moving. Yeah, 5-yard gain there for Ashton Jeanty. Man. All right. Again, I think Broncos are truly targeting Brock Bowers and saying anybody else can beat him but us. All right, 2nd and 5 here. And you've got Gino again under center, flanked by Ashton Jeanty in his new stance that he's calling like the Freddy Krueger stance, where he's standing straight up. And a play action pass, Gino's booting, and he's going to run for it and slides down. Depending on the spot, probably gave him the spot there. Again, no panic. Remember, these guys get in the red zone and they're second to worst in football there of converting touchdowns. So I think the other part here is that, as you've seen both on offense and defense, that Vance Joseph and Sean Payton see what you're throwing at them, and their counter is better than your counter. So we saw in the preseason, for example, like Broncos gave up opening drive touchdowns every single game of the preseason, and then didn't allow a touchdown after that in all 3 games, even when the first units were out there. All right, 2nd down here. Gino was in shotgun, 2nd and 7, and play clock did not restart, and so Raiders are going to have to burn a timeout here. They'll probably okay, so they just kind of got a timeout without having to use a timeout. I'm at 11:14 right now as well. But I think the clock just stopped. I'll tell you when it gets going here again. I am at 11:13, 12, 11:09. Got motion here, Gino and shotgun, and should be a false start there. And you had on that play, it looked like Jaquan was going to be guarding Brock Bowers. Nice little jump there on them. Yep, so move it back. So now you'll have 2nd and 12 here. Yep. So the tight end who a lot of people were actually making calls about at the trade deadline, there were a couple unsubstantiated rumors out there that the Broncos actually made a call, is Michael Mayer, who pretty talented tight end and had some mental health issues. So he missed most of last year, and the Raiders did a really good job keeping it under wraps as to why he missed, but sounds like some mental health issues. Wide open, Tyler Lockett again. But I'd guess we got a 3rd and I'm going to say it's like 3rd and 2. That was, yeah. So that was the motion man. We didn't move at all. So obviously we were in some sort of zone there. 3rd and 3, this would be big. Man, I would just love if we could have Benito and Cooper on a pitch count and have them have as fresh of legs for next week as possible. So let's just end this thing quick, guys. Let's not need them in the 4th quarter. Way too much time. What is happening? Thank you. Sack Allen. And the Raiders are going to have to punt the ball to us. Sack Allen. Definitely a coverage sack on there. You did not see any fantastic moves by anybody, but just that pressure was unstoppable. And then seeing that it was Zach Allen and Uwazurike pushing there, and John Franklin Myers was closing in as well. So that's huge. Watching the coverage here on Brock Bowers, you had him bracketed by multiple defenders. Love that. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Turner, sack there. Huge sack Allen. And punt, and back here to field the punt is Bandy, and he lets it go through the end zone for a touch. Oh, dang. They're giving it to us at the 1-yard line. So Bo Nix in this offense to get this thing crack-a-lackin' on a Thursday night are going to go 99 yards for a tutty. That's not what you want starting at the 1, but man, what a great opening drive there. No points. And again, I think when they are scripted, I think that's probably the best we're going to see from the Raiders offense tonight. Like that was their best shot there. Is now Vance Joseph knows exactly what to do to stop you. Anyone in Denver who's there, how windy is it? That was the big pregame storyline, was that it was like crazy windy, and that like 35 mile an hour to 50 mile an hour gusts is what I saw on Twitter, at least. So it didn't look like it impacted any of Gino's throws. So hopefully does not impact any of ours as well. Ooh. And it does seem like, I'm not a weatherman, but it does seem like, according to my Apple app on my phone, the wind is going to die down. Not windy in Colorado Springs. And okay, yeah, back to the kicks. Yeah, is it windy in the closet? Okay. Oh man, a 99-yard run right now from RJ Harvey. Oh, game over. That would be sick. Oh man. Let's do it. Let's do it. You know what? This seems like a great time for a screen pass. That was a joke. What if we started off with an end around? That was a joke. No safety. No safety. I know.
I thought that one was
Turn the heat up in the closet. You know that opening thing I have him say, "Where are you watching from?" This Back to the Case guy said, "I'm watching in your closet." And I got really creeped out, but I don't think he really is. There's no closet in here, so we're good. Steve, Bo about to copy Elway with a drive of 99 yards. Let's get it. That would be amazing. Let's go. Super hat for a late live stream. Love it, Jay's Joint from Tennessee. Absolutely love it. Thank you, man. All right, here it is. 1st and 10 from the 1. I guess they gave us the 2. Okay, so it's only going to be a 98-yard drive. Broncos will get the ball at the second half and hand off right up the middle. And you're going to get bored hearing this. J.K. Dobbin gets 7 yards. He just does every time. Let's just keep this clock running and do this all the time, you guys. J.K. Runnins. I like that nickname. J.K. Runnins. Yeah, I thought there was definitely a false start on that. Thankfully, it didn't. I guess they gave us a gain of 6 on that. Oh, like a gain of 6 or 7. Yeah, you can tell it's windy just seeing the ref's pants. Like, they just did a close-up of it, and the ball's moving without being touched. So let's run the air out of this ball right now and keep these guys on the, these guys played an overtime game 4 nights ago, and we can have them gassed so quick here. JK presses the hole, gets a gain of 3, depending on if they give it to him or he put the hand out, put the ball out over there. I like it. 2 straight runs to start the drive. This is what we've been calling for. You do not need to show off your shiny toy, Sean Payton. We know you're one of the best coaches ever. Let Bo develop naturally. Big updates for Broncos is no Marvin Mims on offense. Other than that, starters you were wondering about. Obviously, no Pat Surtain tonight. Hoping he's back in 10 days against the Chiefs, but those are the biggest ones. And then Nate Adkins still as well. And another handoff, and Max Crosby stuffs it. So the Broncos will be going 3 and out to start. But I mean, it's Sean Payton doing what we've asked him to do all year long. Man, it was almost like Max knew that was happening. And if you're blocking him with Troutman, that's That's, man, at least throw Mercedes Lewis in there. Man. Yep. That was fourth. So punt here. Let's see how Crawshaw does with the wind here. Oof, that biggest shank of the year for our Australian friend. Oof. That was a horrible punt. So that was maybe a I love Crawshaw, so I'm not gonna say anything, but what a horrible punt. I don't feel like that's the worst punt of the year. So you don't know if maybe in Australia, and I haven't seen Bulwark on here yet, our normal Australian friend. Maybe in Australia there isn't wind, so he's just got to get used to it. But it does look like it went out of no, it didn't even go out of bounds the way the wind looks like it's blowing. 30-yard punt there. So honestly, at that point, you might as well have just gone for it. All right. Jeanty with a whole, oh my goodness. Jeanty with the entire team outright drives, and Alex Singleton jumps up and just stones him. Like straight helmet to the chest. Let's go. That was huge. Oh, Bulwark's here. Love it. He's played Australian rules footy in Gale Force Winds. All right, so fact checked, okay? I guess there is wind in Australia. Who would have guessed? But he'll get back. You know what Sean Payton said? We'll get to it after this play. 2nd and 10. Oh, nice batted down ball, and Zach Allen throws the Dikembe Mutombo. Not in my house. Gino has struggled with that. That's what cost them that overtime game against the Jaguars. He had a receiver open on the 2-point conversion, and it was knocked down. So great here. It's like if your defensive lineman is not going to get back there, the best thing you can do is just to hit that ball down. So Crawshaw, a lot of people were talking about like we needed to bring in a punter competition. And Sean Payton said he had one bad punt of practice, and after he had the first bad one, he wasn't bad again. So, screen pass to, oh shoot, they get it. They called the perfect play call there, and it looked like we had pressure, but that was because on a screenplay, obviously the offensive line lets in these edge rushers so that you have a wide open Raheem Mostert there, I think, is the back who catches it and gets a first down. So Vegas first down. All right, here it is. 1st and 10 from the 30. And an end around here to Thornton. Or no, that's Trey Tucker. It's probably a gain of 6 or 7. 6, 7. Yeah, starting slow against the Raiders definitely does not feel good. And but again, short weeks. You don't even like the Broncos did not even have a padded practice. It's a very stripped down game plan, and crazy stuff happens. And even just across the whole NFL, like who'd have thought that the Panthers go into Green Bay and beat the Packers, who people think are going to win the Super Bowl, and the Raiders beat the Patriots, who are also 7-2 and have won 6 straight. So that's what makes the NFL the best, is that the difference between being out of the playoffs and in, it is a game of inches. What do you think about this? Let you miss school tomorrow?
Yeah.
Just say you have COVID or something. I'll call your teacher right now. You have COVID. Yeah, okay. All right. So red zone, here's where the Broncos have to stiffen up, and Jeanty with a pitch out right. Nice cutback and tackle by a whole parade of Broncos there. Man. Yeah, Sean Payton to my Colorado Springs friend here. Sean Payton does hate Thursday night games and made it a point this week to basically say that, like, he doesn't like playing 4 days after you just played the toughest defense in football. So that's a lot. Broncos bring pressure, and I thought we just had another pick. Bro, watch this replay. Riley Moss almost just picked off. That was just gets back to the line of scrimmage, but wow. This is like the exact place they were when in these uniforms when Pat Surtain had the 100-yard pick six of, was it Aiden O'Connell or who was the guy or it was Gardner Minshew, I think, last year to kind of change the Broncos season around. All right, here it is, 3rd and 2. Play clock's down at 5 right here. And get it off just in time, handoff up the middle, and Ashton Jeanty is going to score a touchdown on your Denver Broncos. All right, boys. Broncos, we've got to pick this thing up. Obviously, like that ended up being a 40-yard touchdown drive, and if we're going to lose the field position battle like we did against the Houston Texans last week, it's going to be hard to win games. But Broncos have played 3 offensive possession or 3 offensive snaps. We're going to be okay. We're good. Let's go, Sean. So not going to be a rollover game, at least in this first quarter here. Ended up hitting it. The other interesting thing to watch here will be the Raiders do not feel good at all about their kicker. They probably would have won that Jaguars game had their kicker not missed one. So you could see a situation where if they're down in that red zone, that they'll be in 4-down territory. So that'll definitely be something to keep an eye on. But obviously we know this team in the fourth quarter is lights out, but it hasn't been. The Broncos have had the ball for 2 minutes of this game. We'll be good. Just got to, a win is a win. We got to get out of here winning by 1 point, and we are 8-2 playing the Chiefs at home next week for the AFC West. So let's go. Happy Thursday. Not a great start, but let's go. Yeah, weird week prepping for this because it was like I just felt like I didn't even have time to do anything in my videos this week because it was already dropping a preview episode last night, and it was like you have 1 day to react. So I can't imagine how players feel prepping for a game already on Thursday. The great part of this is now we get some of the benefits of a bye week without needing it now, and I think that's great. Yeah, the delay of game stuff is so weird. I was actually talking to a friend at work today just about how inconsistent officiating has been across college, pro. It's crazy. I think it's having HD TVs like we have right now where we can see every hair follicle out there. Like we see the play sometimes better than the refs do. But I think that the expiration there of the play clock, technically the ref is supposed to look at the play clock, hit 0, and then look down at the ball. And so sometimes in there, when it's at 0, you look down to the ball and it has snapped since then. But yeah, it looked like it could have been a delay of game to me as well. Yes, we will send up a bag of Cheetos and a blanket. It's cold. It's cold in there. Well, come out and watch with us, bro. You don't have to stay in the closet. That's a pretty funny. I'm still like a little creeped out. Like maybe at halftime, I'm gonna go check all the closets and make sure Back to the Kicks is there. He seems cool, so it's probably fine. But yes, that's a great point here. Pete Carroll has never won a regular season game in Denver. Sean Payton, oh man, we get absolutely stoned at the 20 there. So far, it looks like the Raiders are a lot more jacked up for this game than the Broncos are. So somebody's got to change that energy. I felt like last week the guy who changed the energy was Riley Moss. Going into that fourth quarter, he made that tipped ball, and you just saw him take off his helmet and screaming, hyping dudes up on the sideline. So who's going to be changing that energy right now? Green. Yep, absolutely. All right, Bo's going to take to the air, and Cortland Sutton with a catch. Man, what a toe tap there. How did he get that? You saw the wind take that ball, and nice gainer there. And how can Cortland Sutton is just an enigma wrapped in a metaphor. Like, he makes the sickest catches you've ever seen and then drops ones that hit him right in his hand sometimes. But that was a heck of a catch. 2nd and 4 here. And let's run again, please. And we don't, but that's okay. Bo Nix, great pocket, and gets sacked.
Run the ball. Well, now it's
3rd down here, and man, Bo Nix was on pace to only have 17 sacks the entire season. He's taken so few. And you have 3 guys on Max Crosby, and that's going to be Paltrow's guy on a stunt here. Looks like, yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, it kind of is. So Garrett Bowles kind of inadvertently sets a pick for Paltrow, and Paltrow's guy gets sacked. Man, guys, Evan Ingram with the miss, and the longer we let these guys hang around, that is how I need to. My goodness. I got an early morning tomorrow. I needed this game to not have my heart rate to 140 until midnight my time. Because if it comes down, like these past couple games, there's no way I could have gone to bed for like 3 hours after them. I've been so hyped. All right, Crawshaw, redeem yourself here. And gets a much better leg on it there, and return still there, 45, but it looks like there's going to be a flag on the play for a hold here, so take him back 15. Yeah, trap game, I hope not. I mean, they're playing like it is. I was listening to Philip Lindsay, and he was talking about how trap games usually happen when your whole team just feels overconfident because you've been playing great in all 3 phases of the game, and you're like blowing teams out and feel unbeatable. And I just don't think our offense has been good enough to fall for a trap, because I think they know they have to be playing better. So we got it, guys. Again, I'm not worried. I will tell you when I'm worried. We've just seen this team. This team has like a irrational belief in itself when it gets close. Check out Twitter real quick here. Oh, all right, let's go. We have Tebow syndrome. Yeah, that was Bo Nix being a more talented Tim Tebow. Definitely was the talk of Broncos sports media this week. And truly, like, that was some of the funnest times of my NFL fandom. Like, that was like Linsanity. I'll never forget that. Remember people taking all those pictures on Facebook doing the Tebow pose, and it's like the first time something like that went viral, you know? So a lot of fun there if you can win in the fourth quarter. And really that's when you need to play the best. one of the other crazy stats I heard is that Bo Nix's best quarters have been the second quarter and the fourth quarter. And typically, like, quarterbacks who aren't that great, their best quarters are the first and the third because they get to come out and run a prescripted drive. So the fact that Bo Nix is better once he has a chance to see what defenses are doing, I think that's a good sign. Yeah, that one guy, I honestly don't feel like you're like you do you. I don't feel like you're being negative at all. I think you're super right in that you can't put the blame of a stalled offense all on Sean or all on the players either. Like, it is a mix there. So I don't think it's being negative at all. We're all on the same team. We want the same thing, and we're gonna get the same thing because the Broncos are turning it around. Ashton Jeanty with a first down run and a massive hole opened up there. And again, it feels like are we overly trying to stop Brock here and giving him everything? Another screen pass there. It looks like the Broncos did a better job of seeing that coming. Stop it for a first down, but not by much. And that's how you negate a fantastic edge rushing squad like we have, is you just run screens like that. And it's crazy to me how screens haven't worked for us and they work so well against us. Like, it's all right, 2nd and 4 here. So much for wanting Benito and Cooper on a pitch count. So fake the end around. And Jeanty's going to have a huge gain. Flag on the play here. That was a massive run. Pete's not looking happy. A hold. And it looks like my guess is that hold is kind of far downfield. So we'll see here what that was. That was their third rounder. Cool story. That Jack Besh kid, I think he went to Tennessee. Okay, so yeah, definitely a hold there. Grabbing a lot of Chris Abrams' drain. But a lot of that had already happened. Let's see where this ends up taking them back to. Hey, is not to Rickus Rick is a nice point here to have a flag on the play, not on the Denver Broncos. I'll take it. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. And 2nd and 12 here as we get out of the first quarter. Oh, man. All right. You got to sign off. Tell us you still believe.
I still believe.
All right. Much love, man. Love you. I'll tell you what happens in the morning, okay? Do you want me to wake you up and tell you? All right. Sounds good. All right. Love you, man. All right, guys. Good luck. Just walked out of the studio. We're in trouble. We might have to go wake him up in the fourth quarter. All right. Here we go. Good things to take away from that first quarter is this game's going quick. And I think my big hope here is that Broncos come out of here without any injuries. We come out of here without having to gas anybody. And yeah, to Vendetta Shepherd here, one of the this defense has been phenomenal. I think to actually call it the no-fly zone 2.0, we need to start getting turnovers, because that was the crazy part of that Peyton Manning defense, was that, like, they were turning the balls over all the time. They were getting huge takeaways. That's what we need for sure. And I think part of that is that our edge rush has been so good that quarterbacks aren't getting chances to throw balls and test us because they've been sacked 40 times. So Oh, yep. Turnover here would be incredible. Yeah, I think a team like this that's sitting at 2-6, they're going to put up an effort. I had a chance to talk to my main man, Graphic Raider, and he was talking about how they feel like they're 2 or 3 plays away from being in playoff contention there, that if they'd had that 2-point conversion against the Jags, if their field goal hadn't been blocked against the Bears, they'd be in the playoffs. So they still feel like they have a shot here. But we know at 2-6, any big play like that, a pick right here, a pick six especially, you could see them being demoralized very quick, kind of take the wind out of their sails. So my goodness, guys. Other thing, they're showing the drone footage of the stadium, and Walter Penner Ownership Group dropped a stink ton of money on it, adding lights on the fans just so that it looks cool in that drone shot. So having the richest owner in sports gets you a lot of cool things, positions that don't exist on other teams. Sean Payton has everything he needs. All right, 2nd and 12. This is big. We got looks like our Tillman and Jonah Ellis package and an errant throw. Dre Greenlaw. When you're so scared of Brock Bowers, the thing that makes you not scared about him is having Dre Greenlaw. You can honestly make an argument in this game that having Dre Greenlaw is more important than having Pat Surtain, because they don't have a wide receiver who scares you. And obviously you can put Pat Surtain on Brock Bowers, but Dre Greenlaw is a tight end eraser. So having him here makes me just feel way better. 3rd and 12. Let's go. Their kicker's garbage. It's super windy. Nick Bonito. Get it, boy. Yes. And this thing's over. All right. This is it. We're good. My goodness. And that was not a coverage sack. That was, I think they call that a ghost move. He shows the hand. So the guy goes to block it and there's nothing there. Like, what a monster, you guys. And Bonito has been having a ton of injured. Oh man, that is their best offensive lineman, JPJ, right there. Man, let's see what ends up happening here. I think that's Jackson Powers Johnson. Oh, and that's not rolled up on. That is just high ankle sprain. That was he might be able to tape that up, honestly. But high ankle sprains are crazy. Like, you can see those can be definitely, he might be able to have adrenaline to get through this week, but that could be bad. All right, so they're going to be punting it here to us. I got the luchador mask over here somewhere. It's down there and ready. I got the turnover chain ready. We're ready. We're here. We are here, Broncos country. Let's turn the hype machine up. Let's go. Man. Yeah, Bryant. I would love a Pat Bryant touchdown. Yeah, I just saw on Twitter they are expecting the 9 News. It is actually, the wind is going to keep coming down. And to all of you who said definitely a delay of game at 0, there are several beat writers for the Broncos who agree. So what do you guys think about, obviously, if you pay money to go to a game, and even here, you can fan however you like. I'm definitely an eternal optimist. And but it doesn't bug me when other people are. What do you think about the Boo Birds being out there after the Broncos' last 3 and out? I just feel like that probably frustrates the players, and I'm fine on YouTube being like boo, but if I was at a game, I would never boo my team. But you paid money, do whatever you want. What do you guys think? Boo Birds out in Denver. Do you think that's a bad look? Like, I think they're just as frustrated as we are, and get their back, get them hyped up, bring them back into the game. Jay's Joint, perfect point here that there's going to be a lot of games on this schedule where we're not going to be able to start slow. But we did see last year, like when this thing starts clicking, we'll be good. Like the Browns have the second best defense in football, and will you ever forget that game last year where we just couldn't be stopped on offense that game? So I think we'll get it figured out. All right. And oh man. Dang, if we'd brought the punt block on that, we would have had one. He completely is juggling the snap, but we were set up for blocking the return. Which when you have Michael Bandy, just don't block, like just let him fair catch it. One of the crazy stats from last week is I think Michael Bandy averaged 4 yards per return, or it was like 3 yards per return, which I think Mims is like 10 or something. So yeah, man, if we'd brought anyone on that would have been a walk-in touchdown. And yeah, Jackson Powers Johnson being carted back, and that is a big loss for them. They're already down their starting left tackle, so expect a lot more pressure. Broncos at the 35, and here we go. In the pistol play action, Bo, plenty of time, underthrows RJ Harvey and bounces it to him, and a flag on the play. A lot of time there. I'm wondering if that's a hold on the Broncos. Looks like it is. So hold on the play. Mercedes. Yeah. I just said put Mercedes Lewis on him, but that's a pretty weak. If that's a hold, that happens Nick Benito every single play. Literally, that happens to him every single play. He just put his hand around his tum-tum. Yeah, agreed. He's 41. Give him a break, man. Give him a break. He's 41 years old. 1st and 20. And RJ Harvey, gain of 4. Man. So, yeah, really you can see the Broncos offense is keying on Max. They move him all over the formation. He's a monster. Absolute monster. All right, here it is. Big second down here. Broncos need to get 7 yards here to make it easy 3rd down at least. Man, I don't know if it's the wind. I don't know what it is. Bo Nix with a pretty high throw there to Cortland. Definitely not a good throw. I don't know if he was expecting Sutton to be another. I mean, Sutton ran like a 3-yard route, what's he doing there? So I don't know if Bo expected him to be further back. Bo Nix throws a great play, a great throw here to Troy. It's going to be 3 yards short. Go for it. Sean, go. He's going. He's Sean Payton. He's going. And Sean Payton's got 10 4th down calls that he feels good with. And he's got 2-point conversion plays. This is good. I like the aggressiveness. Put these guys out. Don't even let them in. And we got a heavy jumbo set here. So we're at the 40. They'd be in great field position here. Just trying to get him offsides, I think, here. Yep. Trying to get him to jump. And Raiders talking crap. Fire Bo Nix up. Fire him up. Talk crap to him. Like we see, I dare you to try to get him riled up. That's not going to end well for you guys. Like we saw this last year. What's kind of crazy is in that Giants game, remember the reporter at halftime came out and heard the players say, this is just like the Raiders game. If we get one play, we're back. Like we got this thing. So Broncos take the delay of game to keep all their timeouts. Again, this game is just flying by with all the runs and the win. So we're at 12 minutes left in the second quarter. And we will kick it. Hopefully start to finally flip this field position. Oh my goodness. An even worse punt. Oh my goodness, you guys. What is happening? Bro. So what is wild about that to me is Sean, that really could be the wind. So Sean Payton actually talked this week about how half of punting is having a good drop on the punt. And he said, like, you don't want to have your left hand like sticky, like you've been drinking Kool-Aid. And so it looked like that ball stuck to his hand, but it almost was like as he dropped it, the wind blew it back. And so it didn't hit his foot. He punts it off of his shin. Thankfully for us, it still goes. It may have even been further than his shank that he did earlier. But if the wind is big enough that it's impacting the drop. Yeah. Yeah, Braden's seeing it too, that the wind dropped it. So maybe that's Bo's issues with throwing too. But he just threw a pretty good dime to Troy that didn't look like it was impacted at all. So maybe it's gusty, that it's not a consistent wind. It could just be coming in gusts, but wow. All right, so they're on the 30. So we're starting to flip this position battle a little. Jeanty stuffed. Nothing. Man. Yeah, we definitely need a score of some sort by halftime. We do get the ball at the second half. Again, not worried. I feel good about our defense. And couple screens faking both ways to Michael Mayer. And again, Vance Joseph figures you out and you got nothing after that. That was exactly it. If that play happened 2 drives ago, Michael Mayer probably has a huge game, but you see how Talanoa see that. Like Talanoa Hufanga is a monster, you guys. Andre Greenlaw again. Let's go. 3rd and 9. Now you bring some pressure on him. Yeah, wind's blowing for them too. Make him throw it. Great point. Oh, no problem with the wind as you have Jade Barron trying to guard Brock Bowers. Jade's saying he got pushed on. Man, let's see here. Oh, Jade was saying something to the ref, and I didn't see anything there. Man, you would just think a corner could hang with him a little better. Like, I get if you cook a linebacker like that, but to cook your first-round draft pick like that is not ideal. So they are at the 40 here. We're still okay. And was that ball behind the line of scrimmage? Said it was forward pass there. So 2nd and 10. Broncos, wake up. Let's go. Yeah, I just saw the highlight of that 2-minute or that play clock expiring. Definitely should have been a delay a game, but no, try it to the right side, and McMillan hits him, but then wrapped up there. Malcolm Roach, what a dog. To be a defensive lineman and to catch a wide receiver screen, it's just, yeah, that's what we need. Man, this is a great point. This is definitely not a game you want decided by a field goal, because I'd be terrified if we're kicking a field goal in this wind. Nate Dizzle left the Perna stream because of Grassi. Yeah, I just feel like he dogs on the Broncos too much, but he's very talented. Hold, and it should be short anyway. So definitely multiple holds there. Oh, they're calling offsides on Cooper. That's kind of, man, we have not had that problem in the past couple weeks. That he's saying it's pretty obvious to me, and then not showing the clip that would make it obvious. Well, all right, 3rd and 2 here. Man, go from 3rd and 7, you miss it. That stinks. All right, toughen up, boys. Toughen up right here. And Gino's going nowhere fast. Let's go. Wow. Geno Smith tries to quarterback sneak it for 2 yards. You're not doing that with Uwazurike. Huge stop. Love Uwazurike's story too. He had that year-long suspension because of some gambling stuff in college, and the Broncos didn't give up on him, and pays off here. I don't know if he's going to be a John Franklin Meyer replacement someday, but all right, here we go. 4th and 2, they're going for it. And they're going to try to throw it, and they complete it, but there is a flag on the play. Tucker's walking into the end zone, but there is a flag on the play. And he knows. Yes, Gino. Yes, Gino. That is a pick. When you have a wide receiver who runs in front of the defensive back, you can't do that. All right. And you got oh, that is one of the most blatant picks I've ever seen in my life. Do you remember when Troutman got called for that against Dallas, when he literally had his hands up in the air and got ran into? You can't, he throws the bows on him. Absolutely. That's a pick play. Let's go. All right, so that makes this punt. So wind, start blowing, blow the ball into this guy's shin. And I guess we saw from that the muff they had last time that the wind is bad enough that on a long snap it doesn't muff this one. And into the back. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was the worst bounce I've ever seen in my life. There's magnets in the ball. This whole thing is rigged. How does the ball bounce like that? The ball's bouncing directly towards the end zone for a touchback. Oh, I guess it was. Wow. There's magnets in these balls, you guys. Tom Brady deflated the balls to put magnets in them. Oh my goodness. All right, so Broncos again, a second week in a row that the turnover or that the field position has just been atrocious. But we know this team is about as gutsy as you can be. They do not feel out of it. Put their back up against the wall. Let's hope that all those guys talking to Bo Nix fires him up right here and just says, "Come at me, bro." Man. Looks like JPJ will be out the rest of the game. That obviously you never want to see somebody get hurt, but that's good news for the Broncos. Oh, man. All right, so Broncos will have to do another 90-yard drive here. So what do we got? Back-to-back 3-and-outs. 6 yards in the first quarter. Not great. We're good, though. 99. Oh, it is 99.5-yard drive coming. Let's go. I'm here for it. Yeah, I think I still love our punter. I think that there was actually one podcast I was listening to that thought he was one of the players of the game in that Texans game. So believe time. I believe. Hey, if the Broncos are about to go get 6 here, spam it in the chat. 6. Hit it. 6. Let's go. Get 6 or 7. 6, 7. Let's go. I believe. Here's what I think needs to happen. I think Sean Payton needs to tell Bo Nix that it's the fourth quarter. Be like, Bo, bad news, fourth quarter. And then we take care of business right here. Oh my goodness. It is going to be a 99.5-yard drive here. Man, what a punt. Play action pass. Nice gain of 7. Good start to it. Oh, man. Man, that's a crazy stat. The Denver Broncos have only scored first one time this whole season. And screen pass. Oh, my goodness. Trent Sherfield. If Trent Sherfield makes that block, and he was trying, it was like Troy went up to I think Troy Franklin has a 90-yard touchdown there. Watch this when this plays the replay. That was because you have Troutman have chin, and he has so much space. Oh, 3rd and 1 here. Bo's in shotgun. Oh my goodness. Heck of a throw. And Ingram does not come down with it. Oh, man. Bo's elusiveness in the pocket there, unreal. He buys time and avoids one, shakes that other guy, knows he can't run for it, and could Evan Ingram have had this? Let's watch this play. Rolling left like that, that is just a heck of a throw, you guys. Didn't come down with it. All right. A muff here would be brutal. What? Man. Please tell me there's a hold here. Rizzy. Denver Broncos, one of our players went out of bounds, which you're allowed to do if you're forced out of bounds, but you're not allowed to willingly go out of bounds unless you're forced out. So it's going to give them great field position again. All right, let's go, D. We need this ball back. We need points before half. Down 7-0. All right. They are already on our side of the field here. Geno play action pass. And Trey Tucker with a catch there. Gain a 4 or 5. Happy with how our defense looks. This offense just put up a ton of points against the Jaguars, who are a playoff team. And hey, can you challenge that? That's okay. Good. So that he stepped out of bounds. I thought that watching it. All right, good. 2nd and 10, play clock. And they're giving them a new play clock again. They just keep doing that. Anytime I hit 0, hey, give the Raiders a little more time. Yeah, so this point, let's not forget this is a terrible team that has given up on the season. I don't think they actually have. And that's what I thought. Just like, oh, wow, Nick Bonito, as good of a set. Like, that should be a sack. Like, counted as a sack. That is a huge tackle for loss. Wow. Uh-oh, Nick Bonito asked to come off, though. Let's hope he see what could have happened here to him. Does he get kicked? Maybe, I'm hoping. He's got his helmet off. Is he going into the tent? Oh man. So to this point about them already giving up on the season, I was talking to Graphic Raider about this, and he said a coach as old as Pete Carroll does not give up on the season. He's definitely not giving up on the season. He's won 9 in a row before. Like, they're not mathematically out of it. My man, Jay's Joint, not sure this first half could be going much worse given the skill difference between the two teams, but it is time to lock in Broncos. I'm with you, man. Totally appreciate the super chat. And love watching this game with all of you. So here we go. Appreciate it for real. And 4th and 5, they are going for it. Bonito is not back on the field yet. We'll see what that's all about here. Looks like the Broncos might be bringing some pressure. And Talanoa Hufanga. So Broncos are going to get the ball right at midfield, and huge sack. Oh my goodness. That came at the perfect time, you guys. Wow. Love this look here where Broncos look like they're bringing the entire house and drop Jonathan Cooper back. And if you look at that, Jonathan Cooper is in the lane where Geno should throw that and he takes it away. And you'd never guess that one of our best edge rushers is going to jump back into the lane like that. That was a gorgeous play design. Vance Joseph in his bag. And like we said, guys, Vance Joseph will figure this out. And I don't think the Raiders are going to be scoring again on us. I mean, especially there, you look, if it wasn't windy conditions, the Raiders probably try a field goal there. So we need a first. Yes. Can we get a first down? Is that too much to ask for? No, we got it. Huff, huge ad. Greenlaw and Huff, Hufanga, huge additions to this team. Looked like Nick was talking about the shoulder area. I'm going to check Twitter real quick and see if anything has popped up about that. Not having him next week would be terrifying. Let's see. I mean, if he's holding his shoulder, that could be collarbone. We saw with a pec tear or pec strain for Pat Surtain. I'm not even seeing anyone else on Twitter talk about it, so let's hope it's nothing. Oh, he was holding his neck. Man. Great call. Braden said it looked like he said my neck. Oof. Yeah, that's a place you don't want an injury. Yeah. I mean, obviously if you like get kicked in the trachea or something could have happened. Nate Dizzle with a $5 spot. Appreciate it, my man. Hey, brother, love the channel. This team doesn't quit. We've seen that the whole season. Let's turn it around and get it done. Couldn't have said it better myself, my man. I think they will. Again, I'm not nervous. I'll tell you guys when I'm nervous. And yeah, I just hope they keep talking to I hope they keep trying to fire up Bo Nix. Like the Broncos need a shot in the arm here. Definitely a situation where when you hear all week that you're 9.5 point favorites at home, 6 straight, it's probably hard to get up for this game after playing the defense we just did. Ooh, cool formation here. Let's see what happens. Oh, go, 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 go. Oh my goodness. I love that play formation. Absolutely love that. So you had almost like you had Evan Ingram in the backfield with was that Troutman next to him? That was really, yeah. So you have both tight ends kind of as lead blockers, and then he runs the counter and goes backside. Wow. Beautiful. Great run. JK. Love it. Someone called them JK run-ins. I like that even more. All right, Broncos already on the 40 here. 5 minutes left. And spins. And looks like there's a flag on the play. Troutman with the hold. Okay. Just listen. Nick Benito, thumbs up. That's good. Yeah, seeing drops and holds from tight ends, missed blocks, or the Broncos are going to regret not going for Njoku or somebody at the trade deadline, but I think the confidence Sean puts in these guys needs to pay off here. 1st and 20. Go, Bo. Waits too long there on that throw, but maybe RJ just wasn't looking. Gain it 2. Man, they're just flying around a lot more than we are. But I guess our defense is flying around too. 2nd and 18 here. All right, come on, Bo. Bo and shotgun. Go, go, go. With your feet, with your feet. Run it. Okay, don't run it. Perfect pass. Let's go. Dang, I was gonna call Sean and be like, tell Bo to start running again, and he doesn't, and that's perfect. Pat Bryant, someone earlier called the Pat Bryant touchdown. That was sick. Wow. And that's, the threat of Bo Nix's legs give you that because the cornerback comes up to stop. And then Max Crosby's eagerness there. McGlinchey pushes them all out of the frame there. And Bo Nix steps up. Perfect throw on the run. My goodness. Right? Was that so hard? This is all we wanted. Turn this game around. Let's go. RJ Harvey's going to, oh, I thought he had this. Oh, he went out of bounds. Man, RJ, if you get inside 2 seconds earlier, you're walking into the end zone, bro. He tries to cut around Troutman. If he cuts inside, I think he prances in. I have RJ on multiple fantasy football teams. I need him. Finally get a first down. Nice play. Gorgeous play. Yeah, I think the Broncos need to be greedy here. Like, let's get it and then stop them and get the ball one more time. Let's put this away at halftime. It still could be the way the Broncos move the ball, and Nick's, oh my goodness, sophomore slump. No, touchdown, Bo Chapman, Nix, let's get it. My goodness. Bo Nix can't throw to the middle of the field. He only does dump offs. He doesn't have a strong arm. Oh, wait, he just guns it, bro. Wow. And again, another play where I was like, run, run, run. I thought he could have walked in and threat. I mean, that is a perfect window. Wow. Man, and his feet were there. Sharon, as always, keeping the streak alive. Again, we've never lost when we've all live streamed together, y'all. So Broncos are undefeated here when we've done this. So let's just keep this going. And Sharon's made a commitment to a super chat. Every Broncos touchdown since she made that commitment, we don't lose. So thank you. Appreciate it. Let's go. Broncos have all their timeouts. Raiders offense has done next to nothing since, their drive. Truly, they had fantastic field position for this whole game. Now, hopefully we can take this field position battle back over. And again, that they can come out and be all hyped up for one half. And once this thing's over, you'll see this team fold like a lawn chair. Because I think that's when you're a bad team, you just don't have the resilience. Whereas the Broncos have a whole season here of winning close games, and believe it. Tyler Columbus, who was on that Broncos team with Tebow, talked about just like how the team just got this crazy belief when they really shouldn't have any, that just, hey, we're going to find a way to win this thing. And I remember hearing Orlando Franklin say the same thing. What a dot, man. Couple fantastic throws on that drive. And I'm the biggest BO-LIEVE in the world, yet early on in this game, sailed one to court. He's skipped one into RJ, but I think maybe that wins in your head and you're trying to see how the ball sails and you're not feeling confident. Bo's got his confidence, and watch out, Raiders, because we're about to absolutely blow this thing out. Ooh, wow. No, don't stress, Sean. We got this. All right, 2 minutes, 41 seconds left, and Broncos have all 3 timeouts. And Raiders taking it over at the 35. No Benito in, but it looks like he's definitely available and will be back. And no Jackson Powers Johnson is going to be a huge problem. Absolutely huge problem. Get the ball back by half. Todd Ritchie, 5237. Watch all your shows. Love my Broncos. 55 years. That's awesome, man. I love it. I've been a diehard since middle school. Before that, I was born in Colorado, then we moved to Arizona. And this was like before the internet, before DirecTV. So my dad is a diehard Broncos fan too. And we didn't get a ton of games. So my first earliest memory is we had like a dinner party at our house for my dad's coworkers. And it was during that Broncos Jaguars game. And he had a TV up in his bedroom and no one else was Broncos fans. And he would just keep coming up and checking the TV and getting mad and going back down. And then the next year we moved back to Colorado and, watched every single game of that 97-98 season, kept the front page of the Denver Post for every single game in a binder in my room, and have been hooked since then. So not quite the 55 years, but I hope to say I'm a 55-year Broncos diehard at some point, man. Thank you so much. 38 for Nate Dizzle. Love it. Yeah, so what is that for me? If I guess I'm getting up there. All right, here we go. Did Sean take a timeout there, or are we doing? Yeah, I did. And Bonito is back in 3rd and 6. This would be huge here. 2:31 left. Oh, let's go. Meeting in the backfield, Sack Allen and Bonito. If Sack Allen didn't have him, Nick Bonito would have. Gorgeous spin move. Yeah, this thing is over, you guys. This thing is absolutely over. Wow. Man, that was Sack Allen. 29 years for Turtle. 1977 for Scott. Hooked at the Super Bowl and the helicopter. Love it. Rick is Rick. Oh, that's awesome. Sharon, you're in South Dakota now. Were you in Colorado? Or I've heard like some of the Dakotas are also Broncos country. Are you a lifelong South Dakotan? My dad lived in Chamberlain, South Dakota for a while. I don't know if that's anywhere near where you are. Little town in South Dakota. Yeah. Well, not only are they missing their best lineman, they're also missing their starting left tackle, who was, is right up there with JPJ. So, yeah, Broncos should. This thing, again, I was not nervous at all. This thing is truly over now. And the more it's over, like the more it's going to be over, because I think now they're going to be demoralized, especially if the Broncos find a way to go get points this drive. Oof. You did predict 6 sacks. I will absolutely give you props on that. What are we at now? How many sacks do we have right now? That's got to be close to that. 5 times right now. Yeah, 5.5 is nasty work, you guys. It obviously, like, the Broncos are up 10 plus when it comes to sacks on any other team in the NFL, but we'd fallen off of that record-breaking pace. If we sack Geno Smith 9 times again, we'll be right back on that pace. Sharon, I see your 6, and I raise you 5 more. I like that, Rick is Rick. 5 already. That is wild. Absolutely wild. Yeah, and we get up here, they're going to actually have to pass even more, which we're going to just keep teeing up. Oh, you're over closer to Minnesota. Cool. Ooh, Sioux Falls. I think that's Dude Dad is from Sioux Falls, South Dakota as well, and he's a diehard Broncos fan now too. Oh, 10 sacks would be so sick. All right, 2-minute warning. Broncos have a timeout left, and they smell blood in the water. And Bonix got mad. People were talking to him. And Michael Bandy, negligible return, if anything. All right, let's go, Bo. Let's go, Bo. Yeah, someone was asking about the field cast for Thursday Night Football. And I was saying I love watching Prime Vision for every game but the Broncos. Because I feel like I miss certain things, but I wish I could like record the field vision and watch that back like tomorrow, because it is so cool. All right, double dip here, man. This is what Belichick is better at than. Okay, now, oh my, Bidet bounces right off his hands. We've seen that before with him. Man. Other thing kind of crazy for the Broncos, for all the Bo Nix slander out there, is that Bo Nix has the 4th most drops in football as well. So, or Bo Nix's receivers do. Gotta have that one. All right, let's go. No drop there by Evan Ingram. Hurry up, hurry up. Gain of 7. Yeah, with how bad our punting unit has been in this game, you definitely want to convert this. You definitely. Oh, Bo Nix with someone in his face. Pat Bryant again is a monster, you guys. Absolute monster. There is a flag on the play. If this is an offensive pass interference, I'll lose my mind. Hopefully, Bo got hit after because they were in his face. Let's see what this flag is. They're calling Pat Bryant on a push off. That is absolutely bogus. Let's watch this. I mean, rookies never get the benefit of the doubt. Dude, that happens every route. That happens every route. He's getting grabbed too. All right. Oh my goodness. And Bo Nix backed up huge. My goodness. Wow. Huge way to step up in the pocket there, Bo. Wow. And flags. Calling a false start here on us, which I think the Broncos could do as runoff or Todd Ritchie with the $2. Why won't let me chat? Not sure. I see your chat. Thanks for the $2, my man. Let's see. All right, 1st and 15, 47 seconds left. Oh, Troy hands up a little sooner and he has that. Good throwing ball there. Oh, yeah, might be. I think I set it to subscriber only so that those bots don't come in. All right. Second here. And Bo, deep shot, picked. Get him, Troy. Just really, oh man. Tackle on the play by Pat Bryant on the tackle. Bo Nix and wind just yeets it up and come on, man. Ugh. Man. Ugh, that's a bummer. Basically a punt, but all right. I think we man. All right, Raiders got 27 seconds and Gino goes deep. Oh, off of the hands of Thornton Jr., thankfully. Yeah, definitely felt like a silly throw one Bo would want back, but when you're in 2nd and 15 and you're man, that's so Thornton Jr. is an absolute burner. I think he's one of the biggest and fastest wide receivers in the league. And the knock on him coming out of college was his hands, that he's more of a track athlete than he is a wide receiver. And you saw that there, because that's about as open as I've seen a receiver on when Riley Moss was guarding him. All right, 2nd and 10. I wanted points before the half, but man, and Raiders just raidering here, because to have to burn a timeout there. Man. Yep, give them love when they deserve it. That was a great throw there by Gino, and definitely let down by Thornton. Man, that drive, I just wish, yeah, obviously you don't want 3rd and 15 either, but I would have liked to have Bo run for that. I'm sure he's watching that clock tick, though, and know they only have one timeout left. So 21 seconds left here. 2nd and 10. Raiders got a long way to go. Benito's in there, which is great. Sack fumble would hit so good right now. And out of bounds. 15 seconds left. Yeah, that is the thing here. And I just am so defensive of Bo, because I know he's the best quarterback we've had here since Peyton Manning. You're spot on there that people who go to bed at halftime are going to look at this and crap on Bo Nix for his stats. But the fact is, like, was that Bo Nix's 7th interception of the year? We'll take it. Go, Bonito. Got him. Oh, Dre Greenlaw's a monster, you guys. Bonito get hurt again? He's like holding something. All right, that'll take us to halftime as Ashton Jeanty fumbles the ball out of bounds. Broncos get the ball second half. And yeah, this thing's flying here to have that first half be an hour and 40. Man. Yeah, worst case scenario, absolutely avoided there, as you could have seen if they got some points out of our turnover. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's holding a lot in this game that we don't get. You hope that as our guys become more like household names, which they're going to be. My wife Sarah and I went on a walk right before the game started, and I was trying to just put in context how special this team could be, that like we are 7-2 right now, and we're still paying Russell Wilson. And we had the excitement of being 7-2 when we had Peyton Manning, but we knew Peyton Manning was only our quarterback for a couple of years because of his age and his injury. And we know we have 7 years left of Bo Nix and Sean together, probably. And if Sean could do a Andy Reid type thing where he goes longer because he has his quarterback. So this is going to be an incredible half decade for the Broncos as the Chiefs dynasty is ending and ours is just beginning, and there's growing pains in that. And it is the NFL. It's not going to look great every game or every half, but I think the Broncos are going to be 8-2 with the Chiefs coming to town next week, and it feels incredible. Absolutely incredible. All right, I'm going to hit the little boys room. What do we need to adjust at halftime? What do we want to see coming out in the second drive? As Perna always says, you'll just get a little chair here. I will be right back. Let's go. BO-LIEVE. We at second half. Let's go. It's almost Bo time. Bo's quarter hasn't even started. We're in Bovember. Bo's quarter's almost here. BRB. Oh. Han, we're back. Yeah, you even hear it right now. They're dogging on Bo Nix in the halftime show. Guys, shut your faces. Bo Nix is good. We're gonna be fine. What's going on? What's going on with let's see some Cortland Sutton. Let's see. We just need a consistent drive here. That's what we need to start this thing off. Never stopped BO-LIEVing. Absolutely. More running plays for sure. Not just eating the ball. I have liked that we have not done a ton of like crazy screens. Glad you can chat now. I don't know what happened. Sorry you had to give me a super chat to see that, but I appreciate it. Grab a chomp. I wish I could grab a chomp. I'm doing intermittent fasting, so my window's closed. But I also just had my Apple Watch say it's your bedtime because I'm usually asleep by now. But I'm with all y'all, so I'm awake and lit, and let's go. Yeah, interesting. I would love to see Bo Nix run a little bit, but the 2 times I thought he should run and I was like yelling run, he threw absolute beautiful passes. So we do remember that it was the Raiders who broke 2 vertebrae in his back last year. So I'm sure he remembers that too. And would ideally, you don't want your quarterback to have a broken back. Worst part, yeah, totally agree. When you're having a hard time getting things going, you can't drop passes. That's for sure. Oh, that's a good point here. Switching sides. Yeah. Will the wind be more in our favor right now? It's about to become a Bo-plosion, like a Bo-plosion. Absolutely. Do I still BO-LIEVE? Absolutely. I BO-LIEVE. We all do. Oh, well, I appreciate it, my man. I absolutely appreciate you super chatting it up. I'm truly I'm looking like the way YouTube's going. My hope is I get media credentials to cover the Broncos at the Super Bowl. And I had a friend my friend Darcy, who covers the Chiefs, whose channel is I think he's close to where we're at here with subs, and he got media credentials last year when the Chiefs went. So how sick would that be if every day I was in Levi Stadium with the Broncos getting interviews and all that. So let's just keep this thing rolling for all of us. And this is cool. This is on the field right here is no, that can't be. That my mom had texted me that Legacy High School, which was one of the rival high schools to Thornton when I went there, but a bunch of people from my church went there, was performing at halftime. So maybe that was them on the screen. That's kind of cool. I 100% believe. Fully unleash Bo Nix. Sean is the GOAT. Let's see. I also just think like, are we trying to not show some stuff too? Like we got a huge game now in 10 days. And it is also, there's all these data analytic nerds who do all the calculations, and when a team before their bye week has a pretty abysmal record because they're all looking forward to the next week. So are the Broncos looking forward to that? Everyone go hit that sub button. Let's send this thing to the Super Bowl. Let's do it. Hit that sub button. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I get it's hard to be excited about our offense with 7-7 right here. But the thing is that we've played the Chiefs tough forever. And even when we had Russell, I thought we were in every single one of those games, so I think we're going to play them tough. I also think they're worse than we played them last year, and we should have beat them in their house and had a blocked field goal. So I think we're gonna win this game next week against them too. Yeah, to make sure I get to the Super Bowl. I don't know. Once I Broncos got to make it first, and then I apply with the NFL for media credentials. And so I think the more subs that are on the channel, the more likely that is to happen. So, but like I said, my friend Michael Darcy, who does Kansas City Chiefs report, got it, and I think he only had like 15,000 subs. So hopefully we make it happen, because that would just be like the highlight of my life, other than 4 kids and my wife. That'd be the sporting highlight of my life. It might be better than the birth of one of my kids. No, it won't. We're gonna get there though. Yeah, and I feel like a broken record every time I say it, but Broncos have lost primetime division games for, it's like one of the longest streaks. It's like 8 years, 9 years, something like that, 20 in a row. So home division games on primetime are hard. Like you heard Max Crosby's pregame speech when he was talking to Carissa Thompson on the prime coverage, and he was just saying, hey, all the world's watching us. We're about to put on a show. Those guys get paid too. We got this. Yeah, if I get to cover the Broncos for the Super Bowl, I need a couple plus ones. Jason's got to be there, moderator, and then Jace Joint. You're the plus one. And who's the guy in my closet? I think I haven't seen him in a while, but he can come too. Do we, on Thursday Night Football, do we all see the same commercials too? That's all, because I think when we watch other games together, we all watch on different networks too. I'm seeing Vioza. Not sure what that's for, but it looks lovely. Now I'm seeing women's soccer. Hit me up in the chat. Should I do a women's soccer channel? And like something like Alex Morgan just made a sneaky great move. Would you guys subscribe to that if I made a women's soccer channel? Maybe a Caitlin Clark channel? That'd be cool. Super Bowl this year is kind of crazy. Super Bowl 60. So it'll be 10 years since the Broncos' last one, in the exact same location, Levi Stadium, San Francisco. I think it's technically not San Francisco. I think it's Santa Clara. But same place the Broncos last hoisted the Lombardi Trophy, 10 years after Payton and Vaughn decimated the Panthers. Oh, Sharon, of course. I thought that was a given. Of course you're coming with us. Of course you're coming with us. We need somebody who can call 911 and like handle that for us. You guys wouldn't come to a girls' soccer channel? I'm disappointed. Oh, the Colorado Avalanche. I don't understand hockey enough. It's too fast paced. And I feel like a 10-second delay in a hockey game would be like, if we're off, like if I'm watching it ahead or behind, you'd miss everything. It'd be so hard, and I don't understand it. I'm definitely, if I could handle late nights more, if I ever grew it to the point where I could be full-time YouTube instead of just as like a fun hobby, I would do a Nuggets channel for sure. I love the Denver Nuggets. What if we did an Australian rules football channel for you, Bulwark? You'd watch. Jay's Joint would sub. I love it. All right, here we go. Hey, let's put these boys Out of there. Yeah, I mean, everything I'm hearing, the Avalanche are incredible right now. And I'll start watching hockey in the playoffs. There's nothing like playoff hockey. It's so fun. All right, and we have RJ. Man, that's brutal. That was the field position again, you guys. With these new kickoff rules, they basically just give you the ball at the 30-yard line, and somehow the Broncos are going to end up getting this ball starting off the half at the 10. Let's see what Sean said here at half. Yeah, Sean Payton just said the keys to the second half is the field goal or the field position, and then we get horrible field position. So not a great start, but we're good. Yeah, kids play soccer. I coach all 3 of my girls this year. Or no, I coached the 2 older girls, and then the 4-year-old played, but it's like they all just chase the ball around. But yeah, soccer's a really fun sport. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, Bo Nix under center, sure field in motion, and we false start. Guys, lock in, Broncos. Let's go. We can win the division, guys. Let's go. Let's win the division. Oh, man. Back us up even further. Oh. Yeah, the disappointing thing about this is like right now in the NFL, you get the ball at the 30. You're almost in field goal range, and to be starting a drive right now on the 4-yard line is just unacceptable. JK gets a gain of 3. So it's going to be 2nd and 11. Second and 12 here. All right, turn it up. Let's go. Yeah, this field position. Yeah, our average drive is starting on the 19. They're 20 yards of field position over us right here, which Sean Payton this week, if you guys were following his press conference, bit off the head of a reporter asking about changes in special teams. And like field position, that is special teams. And that is probably the thing I'm most frustrated about is how bad our special teams unit it's been. 3rd and 12 here. Hey, that's a great point. Like soccer, I totally understand it at a different level now that I've coached my kids in it, because I played it maybe 1 year, like as like a 5-year-old, and I understand it now because I've coached. That's such a good point. All right, here, 3rd and 12. Guys, let's go. Turn this up. Win the division. Do you want to win this division? It's on a silver platter. Man. A lot of booze. Lot of booze. Just not how you want to come out that second half. Fifth punt of the day. Gets it. Much, much, much better kick. And should be a hold there on the play. So take it. All right, we need to get this field position turned around. Okay. So we kind of just flip this field position around. Yeah, that's what I brought up earlier. If I paid money, I'd be disappointed, but I don't like the look of booing. Just because I think those guys are already demoralized. Don't Yeah, can we go back to last year's playbook? I would like that too. Have we called Cortland Sutton's name once this night for a catch? If someone can check, has Cortland caught the ball yet? This defense is dog water. Come on. All right, so they're on the 30. Long way to go. Benito's in. That's great. Handoff up the middle. Gain of 5 there. Cortland has 2 catches, somebody said. That's good. All right. Turnover chain. Putting it on preemptively because it's got to happen right now. Sack. Turnover chain. Yeah, I thought I saw Franklin open on that too, and it did look like that. There's pressure there, and I think, was it in the preseason when Bo Nix took a really, really bad safety in the end zone? I think, yeah, preseason against Sala and the 49ers. So you wonder if he's just told, like, hey, if we have to punt it, these guys aren't going to do anything on us. Special teams screwed us. We have bad field position. Let's live to fight another series. 3rd and 2. I'm gonna call a Jonathan Cooper tip pick right here. Jonathan Cooper interception right here. And the Raiders are forced to burn a timeout. Oh, flag. Get it that time. Oh, they got the timeout. Of course they did. Kirk Herbstreit is saying this game's going into the 4th quarter. It's not. The Broncos are gonna blow the doors off still. All right, Broncos changed the pressure look that they were sending. Smart. And errant throw. Too high. So they'll have to punt here. No tipped interception, but we'll take getting the ball back in better field position than we had it earlier for sure. Yeah, getting sacked 5 times in a half. He's seeing ghosts back there. There we go, Josh. This game is not going into the 4th quarter because the Broncos are going to go up and just shut this thing down. Man, and just gets a hold of all of it. So 15, I'll take that over the 4, but still not great. Yeah, the other thing about Jeanty though is maybe it could just be me projecting because I want him to be bad because he went to the Raiders, but I don't like the look that his offensive coordinator came out and publicly said that he was coaching him to not do that stance where he like stands up straight in the backfield because every other running back in the history of the NFL hasn't, because there's a reason like being down and crouched down like makes you in an explosive position. And his offensive coordinator came out, Chip Kelly, and said, I'm not letting him do that. And he still does it and kind of defied his coach. And you see that kind of lack of team culture there with just a number of things there with the Raiders. Obviously, the craziness of the the Christian Wilkinson situation. The Raiders had a fantastic defense and had one of the best defensive tackles in football in Christian Wilkinson, one of the highest paid free agents. And some weird stuff happened that they swept under the rug. And that'll be one of those ESPN 60 for 60, or what are those called? Yeah, ESPN 60 for 60 or something like that. The Bill Simmons podcast, because the Christian Wilkinson stuff is bananas. Like, he was kissing dudes on the head and weird stuff happened, and still nothing's come out about that. I guess he's suing the Raiders or suing the league or something. And then you see Jacoby Myers ask for a trade, not get it, and then finally get one now. Tweet out the peace sign that he's out. So this team will absolutely fold here once it's over. So let's make it right now. Okay. Now it's bow time. BO-LIEVE. Here we go. Good drive. Well, John Madden. Oh, seeing all these highlights. Now I hate the Raiders again. Now I hate the Raiders red. I started liking John Madden once he left the Raiders, for sure. All right. Bo Nix under center. Handoff JK. Big hole. My goodness. Looked like it was gain of 4, gain of 7. Do it again. Do it again. JK run-ins. All right, first or second and 3 here. Nixon shotgun. Does a little read option. I think JK has it. I think JK's over the line. Should be a first. No, they're saying third, so third and inches. I'm guessing the trademark Bo Nix at the line. Hot one, hot two, and then just dives over one of the sides of Quinn Meinerz here. Pick this up. Man, what's going on? The play clock stuff has been crazy. The Broncos just had to burn a timeout too. I don't know if they're not resetting it on time or if the NFL's changing that, but you've seen the Raiders had multiple times they wanted to get a playoff and didn't. And dude, I actually would love a play action deep right here. I would actually love that. And then you go for it again. I guess you're on the 15, so you can't go for it on 4th here. We got a very, very close-up shot of the moon. Thank you, Amazon Prime, for that. What I want is a close-up shot of that comet that's coming at us. You guys heard about the 3 AI Atlas or something? It's coming for us. All right. Guys, I called it and he didn't get it. I guess it's just got to be the tip of that ball. Let's see where they put this. Yep, they gave it to us. Whoa. Literally called that. All right. First down, and the crowd goes wild. JK to the moon. All right. Nix under center again. 25. Play action. Adam Prentice. Nice. Yeah, so that's guy kind of filling in here for former Saint and filling in for Adkins, fullback, tight end type. We've seen us run that a couple of times to Troutman or to Adkins, and they'd missed it. So that was a huge catch. All right, here we are, moving the ball, 2 first downs in a row. Let's take it. Handoff, JK. Oh, man. So if Troy Franklin makes that block a little better, that's a big gainer. Good news, bad news. Bad news is that Quinn Meinerz is out. Good news is that it wasn't an injury, it's an illness. So that's something that's been going on real bad. So last week we had Palcho was a game time decision, had to have his own water bottle because he was so sick, I guess. And then if you listen to like this whole team's press conference, you've heard multiple guys sound sick as a dog. So hopefully he's just getting an IV and comes back. But yeah, the run game without Quinn Meinerz is tough sledding. That terrified me when I saw him and was like, oh no. But yeah. 3rd and 1. Bo Nix kills the call. Pitch. JK easily. Go, baby, go. Wow. I love that. So beautiful there where obviously the call was a run straight up the middle probably, and you had everyone and their mom on the line of scrimmage for the Raiders. Bo Nix checks out of that, which is a pitch outside, and great block by Troutman on the edge, and nice first down gain. Yeah, basically Palcho, super spreader. Palcho got everybody on this team sick, and he should have trusted the science and wore a mask or something. Nice. Oh, let's go, JK. Man, cut that upfield. Good drive here by the Broncos, guys. This is clock running. Don't get hurt. Go get points. If we get another touchdown, it's over. Obviously, we don't want to win 14-7, but the Raiders have done nothing, especially when you give them bad field position. So let's just keep these sticks moving. Broncos already, without, if there wasn't wind, field goal position, and we're going to have a false start here. Who's this on? So it's looks like weird snap there where he double clutched the snap there. What? Yeah, I mean, he's played decent. Man. 2nd and 8 here. Go. RJ Harvey with amazing patience. Makes it a very pick-upable 3rd down here. And again, all the haters, Cecil Lamey telling us RJ Harvey could not run up the middle. That looks like a gain of nothing. And he looks like Ashton Jeanty there. Nice little 6-minute drive the Broncos got cooking here. Remember, it started on our 15. 3rd and 1. And it looks like where'd Crosby just go? Crosby. Oh, wow. Trick play. Oh, man. Kind of blown up there. With this win, do you try to kick a field goal here? We haven't run that this year. I mean, we're punting. Oh no, we got. I saw Crawshaw, but he's the holder. Haven't seen the flags here, like to see how bad the wind is. Man, that would have been a 56 if you didn't have that loss, but wind looks like it's died down a bit. And Lutz puts it through. No, he missed it short. Oh my goodness. You have those 3 yards back, and it's not short. Good hold. Maybe if he had those 3 even, it would have been short. Man, that was really short. Ah! Come on. We definitely still have this. We definitely still have this. We still have this. Yeah, on that wide receiver throw, just read the room, Sean. You've been moving it. You can get a first down. It was like, what wasn't that, 3rd and 1? Come on. You can't call that there. If it worked, I guess we all would have been like, Sean's a genius. We're good, though. Oh, man, this is reminding me of being – I took my son and went with actually, my brother took me for my birthday, but we went to that Colts game with the leverage, and Broncos were up, thought it was over, and Lutz missed a makeable field goal, and they – but we got it, guys. Yep, Geno interception coming, something, yeah. Yeah, that was one of the best drives of the night there to go from the 15 and get it all the way into field goal range. Nice balanced approach there. We got all the magic. We got mile high magic. Yeah, and I know like Cortland isn't a quarterback, but on that flea flicker, when it's not opening up, could you still like throw it out of bounds? I don't think intentional. You like a running or a half wide receiver pass like that. I don't think you can have intentional grounding, but then it's a 54-yard field goal instead of 59. But we're good, guys. The fumble Rooski. You got it. What's up, big dog? Yeah, I mean, the crazy thing for all the Will Lutz hate, I know he's missed some ones, but he is the most accurate kicker in Broncos history. So I still feel like he's going to make it when it matters. Pick. Someone just called that. Let's go. Dondre Tillman again. Dondre Tillman, and he can run this back. My goodness, Dondre Tillman. Let's go. Woo! My goodness. Let's go. Dondre Tillman with his 2nd pick of the year. A UFL steal. Yeah, a video I made on him as soon as the Broncos got him because I went and watched every YouTube highlight on him, and I'm like, this guy's going to be a problem. And everyone's like, no, he's not even going to make our practice squad. And then he has 5 sacks last year, 2 interceptions this year. I mean, he has more interceptions this year than Pat Surtain. And I bet you he leads the Broncos in interception return yards. When look at him, he's a hoss. Let's go. Pick off Dak Prescott, pick off Geno. And you can see the look on their faces. This one is over. Absolutely over. Wow. My goodness. All right, Bo, let's go. All right, so we improve where we missed the field goal, and JK, oh man, loses his footing. Trying to cut back against Max there, but if he doesn't lose his footing, he would have had a nice gain there. Man. Crazy that I feel like Talanoa Hufanga should have like 5 picks this year. And Dondre Tillman, nobody would have had that on their bingo card that like he's going to be. Is he leading the Broncos in interceptions? Can someone look that up? Because we haven't had a ton of turnovers. Nix throws it out and a flag, so probably a hold. So now we have an offensive pass interference again. Yeah, if you're watching what Bo sees and wondering why he didn't like, who did he have there? And that's got to be where you need to see a little more fight from our wide receivers, because there was nobody open there. And when you think about the trade deadline and the Broncos putting their trust in these guys, we need to see some more fight in that. And if you're not open, fight till you're open. Somebody get open for Bo. Draw and maybe a fumble by JK. Okay, he was down. JK is yeah. Oh. Man, is JK okay? This could be a nightmare. If J.K. Dobbins is hurt for next week. 3rd and 18. Pocket collapses. Man, you cannot let these guys hang around. 4th and 16 here. And we're punting. Man, to get that interception where we did and to end up punting is just unacceptable. Unacceptable. Coffin corner it, please. Well, of course, the Raiders punt from there, and they get the craziest bounce you've ever seen, and Raiders take it off. They'll get the ball at the 20. But let's go. I guess this game is going into the 4th quarter. Come on, Broncos, let's go pick it up. Denver, we're staying up late for you. It's almost Bo's quarter. Trying to check in on JK real quick here. Jonah Ellis out with a hamstring injury. And man, JK did not go to the medical tent. Is being looked at by trainers. Probably a good sign. And Jonah Ellis downgraded to out with a hamstring. Yeah, if we play like this against the Chiefs, it'll be 100-0. If our defense plays like this, the Chiefs aren't scoring more than 21 on us. Yeah, the holding calls, the snap infraction, the drops. Obviously, I'm not excusing away. Bonix has not looked great so far this game, but to put the offensive production on him, I think is also wrong. There's two things can be true at once with that Bonix isn't playing good enough and he's not getting help. And I think that's where you look at the help some of these young quarterbacks have, and Bo could use it. Definitely makes us sit and pat at the trade deadline look pretty bad. Like when you look at that play where Troy Franklin got the offensive pass interference, even with offensive pass interference, no one was open. All right. Crawshaw's punting average tonight has to be bad. That was a 39-yarder. Definitely Broncos have checked the box there. They've completely shut Brock Bowers down. I think he had 3 touchdowns in the game against Jaguars, and he has 1 catch tonight. Yep, there it is. Second and 7. Get him, Bonito. Grounds it. Broncos want intentional grounding, which should happen. There it is. All right. Good. Man, I wanted Nick Bonito to be Defensive Player of the Year, and because his sack numbers have fallen off, he probably is out of that conversation right now. Obviously, that could change. But an intentional grounding is as good as a sack, and the giant 4 or 5 yard tackle for a loss he had on Brock Bowers on the end around, that's as good as a sack. So that's kind of, I wish the NFL would change kind of how they rate some of those things, because this is better than a sack. Like that's 3rd and 20. Interception here would be awesome. They're going to hand it off, draw play. Nothing. All right. Broncos should get the ball in good field position. And Bonix, it is so close to the 4th quarter. Please start acting like it. Let's go. Oh, the Broncos block the punt. Woohoo! Let's go. All right. Over. Absolutely over. Absolutely over. My goodness. The maniac safety, who I do not know. He'd be a starter on a lot of other teams, you guys. Like one of the biggest hitting safeties you'll have. And wow. Comes in up the man. That is blocking a punt through the middle like that is hard to do. Let's go. All right. Do we not hate Rizzy anymore? I kind of like him. Oh, he blocks it with his face. Could you imagine being so good you block a kick with your face? Wow. And my main man graphic writer just texted me. That's game. I agree. Let's go. Bonix. Oh. We wanted designed runs for Bo. Does a little RPO or does a little option there. And all right, second down. 2nd and 12 here. And pretty interesting that it is RJ Harvey in. Bo Nix had Evan Ingram, throws it way, way short. Yeah, Bo Nix looks very, very, very anxious in this pocket, even though it's a good one. And having Quinn Meinerz out, his feet were not set, and he just, yeah, and that's exactly what Herb Street's saying. If he gets his feet under him, he makes that throw. He's got a great arm when his feet are set, and he's trying to throw that. Oof. All right. Bo and Sean having a little discussion on the sideline, not heated. And field goal is up and good. The Denver Broncos take a commanding 10-7 lead on the Vegas Raiders. The Raiders, who've done nothing on offense, thank the Lord for JL Skinner on that block. All right, 5 seconds away from the Bo quarter. Man, 10 points on the Raiders. I just did not see this coming. Yeah, I mean, I get the frustration, offense and coaches, and the idea of like we are playing down to our skill level, but at the same time, we play up to our skill level too, like when it matters. The Colts are the best team in football and feel like they can win the Super Bowl, and we beat them for 4 quarters of that game, and they won on a last-second errant referee throw. We beat the Super Bowl champs in their house, and the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Chiefs in Kansas City. We're good. All right, Bo Nix's quarter. End of the day, guys, it matters that we win, and we'll have 10 days here to look at this. We'll have 10 days to game plan against Patrick Mahomes. And we're about to go score 30 points in this quarter, and everyone will wonder why they doubted Bo Nix. Our defense will keep us in every single game this year, and Sean Payton and Bo Nix will figure this thing out. I also not excusing away Bo Nix's play. I think this game and last game show you how valuable Marvin Mims is, and I think we need to get him a new deal here soon. And we have had very little explosive plays without Marvin Mims, and he should be back for the Chiefs for sure. And as bad as Bo Nix has been, I still don't even think this is as bad as the Peyton Manning looked, and Peyton Manning won us a Super Bowl. I think this defense is on par with that defense. Wins a factor. You're missing Mims. It's a short week. A team empty in the clip. A division rivalry. A lot of dinged up guys. You're without your starting all-pro guard, Quinn Meinerz. Yeah, for all the stuff, typically when we say Sean Payton's play calling are bad, he's got some things schemed up that you're like feeling good about. And I'm not seeing a ton of that right now. Absolutely. This is exactly what I was trying to say. When you have the best defense in football, you're in every single game. And this time last year, the Philadelphia Eagles were talking about firing Sirianni because the Eagles offense could get nothing going. And they made a run and got to the Super Bowl. The Broncos are about to win 7 games in a row. Let's not panic, guys. Does it matter how it looks? No. People forget how bad our offense was the last time we won the Super Bowl. It's not pretty, but you can absolutely win a Super Bowl with a defense alone, and we should know that better than anyone because we did it. Yeah, and I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much, Jay's Troy. All right. Man, it's like even after a kickoff, they're getting the ball, great field position every single time, and call that a sack. Give him a sack. And Gino. And another backup quarterback coming in here. And honestly, truly, it worries me more to have another quarterback come in than to keep Gino in because he doesn't got it. And there's always that. I mean, we remember Davis Webb. I think when he first came in, or Davis Mills last week, when he first came in, he moved the ball a little bit on us and then we figured it out. This just throws a wrench into an equation that Vance Joseph already had solved. So that does scare me a little bit. Oh, trying to see here what man, getting the ball 2 times in Raiders territories and getting 3 points, not good. Kenny Pickett coming in. So looks like a rib injury on Gino. Yeah, this Mike Golden, totally agree. Our offense has potential, and that's why you don't write off the season. You're not happy. This isn't enough. But this isn't like the Broncos are throwing their best shot and it's not enough. That I just trust Sean Payton that this is going to come together when we need it to. And that's probably naive, but he's turned this entire organization around, and we're going to be 8-2 with. No, it wasn't ribs. He's walking off with a sizable limp. Did anyone see if that's if that counts as a sack? It's not going to be a sack, but he hit him behind. That would have been sweet. I just want him to hand off. Ashton, game over, guys. Cooper, animal. Absolute animal. Jonathan Cooper, absolute animal. Big third down for a backup quarterback. on a short week, doesn't know the game plan in a windy game. And throws it incomplete, targeting Jack Besh. So punting it back to us, and it's Bo Nix's quarter. He's going to score. And this is over. Let's go. It's our quarter. Yeah, Kenny Pickett, I don't know if it's the gloves. He looks like that SNL sketch where they have the doll hands. When it's Kristen Wiig and it's all like the sister singing and she pops out and she's like, "And I'm Judy," with these little creepy doll hands. So that's Kenny Pickett. So are you worried? No. Nothing really there that could be a flag on us. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? That SNL sketch when it's like all these I think Will Ferrell's in it, and they're all trying to like impress Will Ferrell. He's like this handsome man, and so it's all these sisters like, "Sisters do it, we're all together, sisters. I'm Veronica. I found a dead cat on the side of the road, so I took it home and put some honey and I ate it. Is that bad? Do 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 do." That's Kenny Pickett. So we're in good shape here. That was when SNL used to be good. Love it. All right, let's go. Bo Nix's quarter. Great field position. We're back, and we BO-LIEVE. We've always BO-LIEVed. My Australian friend, BO-LIEVE. Yeah, they want to get Gino back in immediately. Oh, remember we had Tebow time? It's bow time. Bow time is what it is right now. Bow time. I like it. And even as bad as this is, this still isn't even the worst Thursday night game. Do you guys remember that Colts Broncos game that was like a 10-9 finish or something like that? Let's go. It's the bow time. Get you some of that. Put that on a t-shirt. It's the bow time with the fourth quarter on there. Put that on a t-shirt. Jay's Joint. Let's go. Yeah, Pickett was a Steeler, and they moved on for him for the geriatric Aaron Rodgers. Although, as we talk about playoff scenarios, we need to all root for the Steelers because I feel great about how we match up against the Steelers. I'd love another crack at the Colts. I truly don't think Kansas City's making it. I like us playing the Chargers in the playoffs. The teams that would scare me would be Baltimore and Buffalo. So let's man, Dougie's trying to kill the vibes in here. Bro, we're about to be 8-2 at the top of the division. This is not the time to start doubting. Let's go. We have the best defense in football. Like, how many points did the Raiders put up on the Jaguars last week? And they've done nothing for 3/4 of this game. Bo's quarter starts off with a throw and catch to Cortland Sutton for a gain of 5. Yeah, they had that one series after one of the Crawshaw Shanks where they had it on the 30-yard line, 40-yard line to start, and huge relief here that JK is back in. That's huge. Knicks. Deep shot. And that, he doesn't overthrow him. And Troy Franklin turns too early. Like, no, he didn't have to wait on the ball because it went over his head. He mistimed that ball. Like, even this here in Herbstreit say Franklin had to wait on the ball. No, he didn't. If you have to jump 8 inches in the air and it's over your head, you didn't have to wait on it. He mistimed that ball. 3rd and 6. Let's get a first down here. And Bonix is blitzed, and yeah, I agree. The line needs to look a lot better. Again, missing Quinn Meinerz is huge, you guys. Absolutely huge. Because he had nice pockets the whole first 3 quarters of that game until Meinerz went out. All right, nice punt again. Great punt. Blindside block by Dylan Lobby on the play as he hits Devon Key. So you either got small hands Pickett or an injured Gino coming in. Oh. Yeah, even our telecasts here are calling out all these penalties. I want to look here. Let's see if we can pull it up here, and I'll share it so I'm just not talking to myself. Thursday night games are always nasty. So if we go to last week's Thursday night game, I guess that Ravens with Lamar coming back. Week before, I guess Chargers put up some good points. Maybe I'm going to prove my own point wrong. They're just weird. Like, you look here, the Steelers, who have no business losing to the Joe Flacco-led Cincinnati Bengals, lose to the Bengals in inexplicable fashion. That we knew that the Giants beat the Eagles, Super Bowl winning Eagles on a Thursday night. The 49ers with backup best defensive player, Bosa was out, Fred Warner was out. They were also missing Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall, and they come in and beat the Rams at home. So they're just weird, and the Broncos need to get out of here with a win, and that's what matters. I bet, and actually I don't even need to bet, I know it's true. This offense is better right now than the last offense that won us a Super Bowl. So I just don't agree with that statement that we're cooked if the Broncos make the playoffs and our offense doesn't get better. I just don't think that's true. And I know, like, Peyton Manning is different, but this is a great point here too. Broncos they had Monday off, walk through on Tuesday, and unpadded practice on Tuesday and Wednesday, and now they're playing again. Like, this is, even just flying from Houston to Denver, I would still be going to bed early. Gino's back in the game. He will definitely not be mobile. And play action pass. and trade Tucker on the catch. Benito kind of bracketed there. Good play design by the Raiders. I almost guarantee if we looked no, I'm not putting you on blast, man. I want the offense to be better because it's so much more fun to watch, but I just think we can win with the defense. And I think our offense is going to get it together. That was the Raiders' first down since the second quarter. Second and 6 here. Oh my goodness. Layers it in. Gino's milking this limp worse than Pat Mahomes even would. Come on. All right, they're already in plus territory, right outside of field goal range. Handoff up the middle, stopped. Huge tackle in space there by Brandon Jones. Ten minutes left in this one. Looks like Broncos might be bringing some pressure here. Although Singleton drops. Talanoa Hufanga. Oh my goodness. That play was well blocked, and Talanoa just as a missile. Heat-seeking missile. Let's go. Much love, man. Good night. Thanks for coming. Here we go. Let's go. 3rd and 8. Absolutely. Yeah. Herb Street just said that play had a chance. It absolutely did. Sack. Get it. Oh, sack. Cooper. Let's go. Yeah, if Gino was more mobile, he maybe could have. Yeah. Man, that's huge. Huge. I was just going to say, you said earlier I didn't even ever heard of Brad Johnson. I hadn't. Yep. There it is. Called it, Sharon. 6 sacks. Wow, that's huge. Sharon called the 6-sack game, and she got what she wanted. I will also say she said 31-13. So she was right and wrong. Well, I guess it's not too late. We could still put up 31. 2 more sacks would be very nice. Yeah, if the Broncos put together a touchdown scoring drive right here, I think we feel much, much different about this game. I don't want to win this game right now, up 3. They've definitely been playing the Knicks run because yeah. Thank you. They turn the magnets off. because that one bounces through. Broncos get the ball at the 20. 8 minutes left. A touchdown drive ends this thing, and we're on to the Chiefs. Let's go. I want to see. Yeah, I would love a couple runs here. I want to see if JK is good. Guys, is it sad to you that the season's halfway over now? Like, I feel like it's just starting. I don't want it to end. So this Raiders team put up 29 last week. And yeah, you just look at their stats and it's they beat the Patriots. This isn't as horrid a team as it seems. They are a blocked field goal against the Bears, 2-point conversion with the Jaguars away from being 500. They've got the highest paid coach in the NFL, highest paid edge rusher in the NFL, first round generational running back. I know in our minds we're like, this is a dumpster fire, but they don't think that. Amen, Andrew. Amen. We are 8 minutes away from being 8-2. I think most of us, if you'd have told us with how the first part of our schedule played out, like, oh, we're going to Philly and then straight to London and then straight back for the Giants, and I think we would have given a kidney to be 8-2. And then we have a bye week, and then we have the Commanders without Jaden Daniels. So even if we lost to the Chiefs, we're talking 9-3. Like, this is, I thought 11 wins was like a optimistic view, and now 11 wins is the pessimistic view. So we've got a very, very good problem here in Denver that we're like not happy with how we've played, and it's just going to make this glow up amazing, you guys. Evan Ingram, that's what none of the other tight ends on this team can do. Of like, I thought that was a gain of 3, and we got Mike Shanahan in the house. My man. He looks a lot less orange than normal. Like, I usually feel like he's just a different shade. Like, he's got a real leathery face, and he looks great. Looks exactly like he did when he coached, but with white hair. 2nd and 5. Here we go. High snap. Handoff RJ. Nothing. Gino's going in the tent, and Cam Scattaboo is in there checking on him. Right? And Mike Shanahan used to have like the leatheriest orange face I've ever seen. And now he looks like a normal human shade. 3rd and 5. Come on, Bo Nix, please. We believe in you. Oh my goodness. Hits Troy Franklin in the hands. It pops up. Interception. That was a good throw. Bo Nix set his feet. That was a good throw. Bo Nix is gonna have 2. I think that's 2 on Troy Franklin. Like the deep shot to him also. And why did the Broncos stay pat at the trade deadline? If this is what, bro, that is so maddening. And not because I think we're going to lose this game, but it's maddening because of what people are going to say about Bo, and I need to just stop caring. But that is not on him. puts it right on the money. Oh, so Raiders great field position. Ashton, Jeanty, big hole. Gain of 6. Yep, the playbook on stopping Bo Nix is zone for sure. And definitely feels like we're missing Devon Vele for sure. Did someone kidnap Sutton? Yep, exactly. Another handoff. Man. Jeanty should have had nothing on there, and he gets a first down. Yeah, I think Broncos defense is trying to end this thing by getting a fumble, and you just need to get him down. Yeah, great point. Another handoff. Stout defense there. Dre Greenlaw comes and cleans this thing up. I mean, at this point, like the Broncos need to just sell out and stop the run because, yeah, Geno Smith like sprinted out from the blue tent to get on the field. All right, let's go, guys. 3rd and 6. This would be huge. This is that same formation we were in. Oh, we bring the house. Big stop. And again, Benito, multiple game-changing plays this game that he didn't get sacks for, but that was, man, he's a firecracker, you guys. No limp there when Geno was running off. 48-yard attempt to tie the game here. Wind looks like it's died down. The flags aren't even moving. Missed it. Can I be honest that I want him to make it because I want us to have to go score a touchdown? Because I don't like this narrative. I truly wanted him to make it because I want the Broncos to have like this, their back against the wall. But we'll take it. We're gonna be 8-2, guys. We're gonna be 8-2. We shut the door on the Raiders. We're gonna win our first primetime game against an AFC West opponent in years. Man. Yeah. I guess you're right. Like, who cares about the narrative? Our defense is elite, and Bo Nix is going to show some people that they were dumb to doubt him. The game's been over since the Broncos went up. This defense is so good that if we didn't have muffed punts, this game would have been over immediately. All that matters is that win column, y'all. Yeah, that Troy Franklin drop pick is brutal. Yeah, I'm gonna hold out my offensive panic to see what we're like with Marvin Mims back, with Quinn Meinerz in, with a week to prepare, not on a short week. This is as good as a bye as you can have. And we're gonna score a touchdown here and feel a lot better. Absolutely. Every wide receiver needs to just work at the jugs machine. Because I will agree with some of the people talking about if our receivers are dropping, like we're fourth in the NFL in drop passes, we're not making a deep playoff run if that continues. We had been first in the NFL, the most penalized team for a while. That cleaned up a little tonight, but still. And then our special teams has been abysmal. So our defense has just bailed us out. JK looks fine. That's good. Almost to midfield. The lack of I completely agree. I'm not even going to try to say your screen name is Isro Gotex. The Sutton stuff is just so weird because can any of us name a single defensive back on the Raiders? So why is he not cooking? We saw him toast Stingley a couple times last week. So that's so weird. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins takes a loss of 3 and makes it a gain of an inch. Big third down here, obviously. Denver Broncos, do you want to win the AFC West? Put this away. Do not let them get the ball back. Just this thing has to be over right now. It doesn't feel like the Broncos offense has an easy button, and that's frustrating. Thank you, Troy. Oh. Man, there we go. Bonex bootleg. And Troy Franklin kind of redeems himself. Bonex on the run. Hits his former Duck teammate for a big gain. So that thing's over. Yeah, if Troy can keep his balance in, if he if he cuts that back towards the middle, there's a lot of wide receiver ones who make that a touchdown. So that's the thing of Bo Nix has not had an explosive playmaker after they get the ball in their hands. Offsides for sure. Man, we get a couple guys clobbered. Yeah, Max Crosby, you came off 10 seconds early, bro. Why are you looking at us like that, Max? Go get some more neck tattoos. Come on. Should have gotten traded. You're never gonna make the playoffs in the rest of your career, man. Get out of here. Oh, he thought he was drawn off, but he didn't. Broncos, you'd think are at least in field goal range. We want to end this with a touchdown. I formation. Dobbins. Pretty close to first. Oh, and Meinertz is back in. Right? Yeah. Second and inches. How about a screen? Guys, this could sound crazy. How about a screen pass here? Should we? Oh, wait. No, we shouldn't? Okay, come on. My goodness. Second and inches, and we get no inches. Keeps that clock running. But Raiders have to burn another timeout. All right, now third and inches. Now a screen pass, right? So a first down here almost ends it. Yeah, I think this is a fantastic point that this is the best quarterback play we've had in 10 years. We've had great defenses here a long time, and quarterback raises your ceiling. Bonix is good. Has he played great tonight? No, but has he gotten help? No. Bonix gets the first down and ends this thing. So they'll last time out there for the Raiders, and then they will have the 2-minute warning here. So another run takes it to the 2-minute warning, and then if you just do that 2 more times. But I think, like, can we show that we can get another first down here, boys? Come on. Got a 2 tight end look here. Don't really have any pass catchers out there, so it looks like this will be a run. Got Sherfield in. And JK, big gainer, 8 yards. So we'll have 2nd and 2 coming out of the 2-minute warning. I mean, it's crazy that if we get another touchdown here, beating your division rival by 10, it's impressive no matter when it is. Like, it really is. The Vikings, who looked like they weren't going to win another game all season, go into Detroit, who wants to win the Super Bowl, and curb stomped the Detroit Lions. So we demoralize this team, and we're escaping from this game with a win. And what you see at the bottom of your screen right now, Broncos going to 8-2. We would have the best record in the entire AFC. And obviously that's just till Sunday, but Broncos would be in first place in the entire AFC. It's not about one game. It's about the totality of this work. We're going to be okay. Second and 3. Same formation as before. Game over. This thing is over. Broncos will go into victory formation here. Sean's taking it off. Denver Broncos, a game that has none of us feeling good, but think back to your August self and imagine telling your August self that the Broncos were going to be 8-2, that the Broncos were going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles, that the Broncos were going to beat the best defense in football and the Texans. The Broncos were going to go to London. Like this is the best Broncos team in a decade. And the great part is that we haven't seen the best of what this can actually be. And this team has proved it can win in a ton of ways. It can blow out the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, we scored 44 points on the Dallas Cowboys. We scored 33 points on the Giants in a quarter. Don't be demoralized. This is going to be a deep playoff run for your Denver Broncos, guys. Well, as always, you guys, we're in victory formation. We don't cut that off. We ride this thing out. All right, y'all. Well, a massive shout out to all of you for watching. This was a blast. If we're going to stay up till almost midnight on the East Coast time, at least we're doing it together. It makes it way more bearable. Massive shout out to my main man, Jason, as the mod father, keeping the bots at bay. Thank you to all of the super chats. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing. Got a great week of content coming up next week. Got interviews with multiple big-time Chiefs people. I won't name drop yet. Also, got an interview with a former Denver Broncos Super Bowl champ dropping on the channel this week as well. So stay tuned for all that. Thank you guys so much. Broncos are sitting at 8-2, first place in the entire AFC, and we've got a ton to believe in.